6 o'clock, I'll call the meeting to order. Christina, you have the roll.
Yep.
We could all please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I
Pledge
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Didn't mean to mess you up, Shonda.
Sorry.
I actually did it in order tonight.
Got that in recording.
And this time I have a mayoral proclamation to make. As mayor of the city of Blackduck, Minnesota, I, Maxwell Gillette, proclaim May 4th, 2026, 100% graduation day in the city of Blackduck. Whereas the city council of the city of Blackduck, Minnesota has determined that a goal of 100% graduation rate is beneficial to all concerned. And whereas the city council of the city of Blackduck, Minnesota will do whatever it can to encourage all of our youth to graduate from high school. And whereas the city council of the city of Blackduck, Minnesota believe when we as a community relentlessly remind our young people how important it is to obtain their high school diploma, we can achieve our goal of a 100% graduation rate. Therefore, be it resolved that the city council of the city of Blackduck, Minnesota salute the Blackduck 2026 senior high school graduating class. And we thank all the citizens for participating in this initiative. Proudly proclaimed this 4th day of May, 2026. And on to approving this evening's agenda.
Move to approve this evening's agenda.
I'll second that. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. All items on the consent agenda will be passed with one council motion unless there's something we need to remove for further discussion. Anything to remove?
I didn't see anything that caught my.
I have nothing. Then can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve consent agenda.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Is there anyone here for the Blackduck Forum? I'm seeing none for the Blackduck Forum, Christina. So we will move on to reports, committee, city staff. Mike, you know that's you.
I got nothing for you I mean, Oscar's a mess over there.
So I've heard.
Kind of knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, I've been made aware of it by
I'm sure.
multiple things, but have yet to receive one legitimate phone call or message at City Hall. So
Okay.
on the record, I will not engage on social media.
Okay. I understood.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that it was probably gonna be this way once we pulled up the asphalt last year, you know, that's a large reason why that asphalt had to get pulled up is there's, you know, it's peat bog over there, you know it, from being here for many years, and from what I was told back in the day when they originally cleared that, there was a fire that burned over there for, what, 2-3 years essentially?
Essentially.
Of the pile of stuff that they just cleared out and.
There was numerous things over in that direction.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff over there. You know, there's, I hate to say it, people don't like to hear it, but there's really nothing I can do. Right? Unless we're gonna go and put $100,000 into it. You know, we would really need to dig it out, redo all the material in there to do anything, so. You know, it doesn't sound right, but, you know, after a couple of cycles, you know, in and out of winter, it's gonna settle a bit and we'll end up with a good hard pack. you know, down by your place, you've seen what we've done just over the last couple of years with that big one in front of.
Oh, it's much better.
The sawmill there.
It's much better.
It'll get there, it takes time, you know, and.
There were times when we had to close that road.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, you know, where the road is closed over there, technically, nobody needs to go through there, right? You know, you can access
There's
the
another
apartment
exit.
buildings to the north, you can access the townhomes from the south, or from what used to be a road where the old Anderson Fabrics parking lot is, right? That used to be a road. I don't know that everyone's aware of it. It's one of those deals, yeah, it's an inconvenience for some folks, you know, that they wanna run one way or the other, but the skirt around is 200 yards away, you know, it's not asking anybody to take a 15-mile detour here. So we're working on it as it dries, you know, that's the other thing, people don't realize how long it takes for frost to come out, you know, of these roads. That frost gets driven down 7 feet or so, and it's hard packed ice. It takes a while to come out. When it comes out, it's very wet, squishy. And there's nothing I can do. I mean, I go over there and lay a bunch of gravel on it. You know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be the same thing in 3 days, 4 days.
There's a lot of moisture down there.
It's drying, well, and that's the other thing, I mean, the creek essentially, you know, all the runoff from 5 miles out of town comes right down through there. So it's a very wet spot, it's got a high water table. It's drying, you know, we need more sun, the wind today helps, I don't like it out there, it doesn't feel nice, but it helps. So we're getting there, we're trying to at least keep, you know, the southern portion of it passable for the townhomes, the blue apartment building there. Doing what we can with it.
Okay.
And for the record, the property manager for the townhomes, MMCDC, was in last week when we were doing rental inspections and did come into City Hall.
Yes.
Once to talk about those, but also to express the questions that Mike has been fielding in person, and I explained to her, and she said that she would explain those to her tenants too. So.
So note that, one legitimate communication.
Mhm. And by the time she left, she understood. I mean, they're in DL. They know exactly what
Yeah.
frost does to gravel roads, so.
Other than that, park will be up and open this weekend for fishing opener. You know, it would have been open sooner, but
It's
it's been.
still getting cold.
Been a 6-month winter at this point, so. You know, you run the danger out there, we've got a lot of exposed water lines that go up for services, so we've held off as long as we can. Basically, it'll be open in the next couple of days fully, it's open, currently the gates are open. There's not water out there right now, that'll be coming online in the next couple of days.
Sure.
We have to disinfect and everything, you know, first time of the year, so in the process of that right now, and got our mowers up and ready to go. All the snow equipment put away, so. We'll be sweeping streets and flushing hydrants, you know, sometime within the next couple of weeks here, so that's on everyone's radar. Other than that, that's all I got. You guys got anything for me?
Getting back to Oscar Avenue, the entire city of Blackduck was built on a swamp.
Oh, trust me, I'm well aware.
So there was a guy named M.D. Stoner who probably thought he got a great deal, but this entire area was given to him as a soldier's homestead in 1901. At least that's what the title for my property is. Go back that far. So he founded Blackduck and built it up, and I'm in the first edition, which is not very far from Main Street, so.
They should have left the town out by the lake.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done.
Yeah, so he probably thought he got a great deal, but what he got was a swamp, so.
Yep.
And there's a lake named for him, Stoner Lake, off of the
Woulda, shoulda.
County 39 is named after M.D. Stoner.
Mm.
And my other question for you is, what was the vendor doing at the water tower scraping paint there?
Putting together a new quote for exterior paint and interior. That's, I mean, I know we all talked about that a couple
Yeah.
years ago and we kind of deferred it, you know, for a little bit, but just having a new quote put together because we're dancing around that really needing to get done pretty soon here, so. That'll be on, I don't know, hopefully next month, I'll have numbers and stuff, just so you guys know. Just to keep it relevant and on everybody's mind.
I called Mike last week because I thought we had a potential terrorist sabotaging our water supply. He assured me it was one of our vendors.
Yeah.
Walking around the circle of the water tower, scraping stuff off,
Yeah, checking thickness, basically.
putting some little instrument up there.
Well, you did your due diligence.
I did.
He's on it.
I'm watching him right now.
Yeah.
This has got to be a terrorist, but he assured me it's our vendors.
Well, and that's part of the larger project too. Obviously,
Yeah.
timing is critical, but
Yep.
So underneath your report here, we have a geotech proposal.
Mhm.
yeah, so what we have is in light of the Drake Motel lift station changing locations, we really should get that evaluated from a geotechnical perspective, so. And typically, we would have that contract directly with the city, so Steve reached out to a couple of different geotech folks and got a couple of proposals, and so maybe you can give us some background on those.
Yes, we did get proposal from American Engineering and Testing and Braun Intertech. Looking at doing, well, I guess we got quotes for 3 different borings. One kind of at the proposed lift station site, about a 30-footer. And then we're also gonna have to put in some force mains. We're gonna get a couple like 10-footers along the alignment there. Just again, so the contractors know what they're up against, considering we're built on top of a swamp. Again, tell a lot of councils, it's, I mean, yeah, it's $8,500, but it's cheap insurance to get that information in front of the contractors when they're bidding. Because if we don't have that information, they find unexpected ground conditions, high groundwater, whatever. Change order can be much higher, so again, it's somewhat of a insurance policy for the city. And so, yeah, I guess that would be, I guess with your approval, what we'd be recommending would be moving ahead with American Engineering and Testing. Their lump sum bid or whatever, or proposal was about $8,500, so.
So they appeared to be a little less and probably a little more timely. In light of where we would like to be, obviously we want to try to get this done as quick as possible, but we have to make sure we've got proper information, and this is one of those things that we need.
Yeah.
And what we would do is we would review the contract. We'd have it changed to be directly with the city, but we would also look at the general conditions and make any suggestions for that to try to negotiate that, but we would like to get that done here in the next couple of days. So we can
And
get
that's-
that forward.
8,500 for the first 50 feet. Is that common to go over 50 feet?
Yeah, well, we went, I think at the lift station site, we went about 30 feet deep or whatever. I don't remember what the language was about the 50.
Yeah, it's like, well,
Must
they
have
say
been assuming,
$8,500 up to 50 feet and then, or $28 or $28 per foot to a maximum of 50 foot, then 32 feet after that.
$32 per
$28
foot.
per foot to a maximum of 50, and then if they get over that,
Right.
32. So I think if they had to go any beyond, let's say the 30 feet that we've asked them, yeah, any additional footage would be at that $28 per foot,
Okay.
up to 50, and then, yeah.
But we don't foresee a reason to go more than 50 feet.
I don't think, no,
typically we go 10 feet below the stations unless there's something that they would see out in the field that would suggest.
Okay.
Yeah, the page 1 says they're advancing one boring 25 to 30 feet below grade.
yeah, we figured, I think when I sent them the information, I told them to go figure about 30 feet,
Yeah.
because the lift station itself is in that 15, 16 foot depth, so. Yeah, we figured roughly
Mm.
10 feet deeper.
All right. Well, then we would want a motion to approve this.
I move we approve the American Engineering Testing proposal for approximately $8,500.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this?
Well,
Something you want to add?
no, not on the proposal, but one other topic we can talk about real quick when you're. looking at
Okay.
that.
Then, all in favor?
Aye.
I,
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Yeah, so Steve was out here last week with the group while they were doing our survey work, and it kind of, after we discovered some of the things that we have discovered at the Drake Motel, we had talked about this with Mike here just a little bit tonight, is in lieu of shifting the lift station to the east, like we had talked about on the same south side of the creek that it is, will there be any opposition to moving it to the north side in the park? It just kind of depends. There's going to be a lot of things that come into play, you know, what's happening at the Drake. Does it give us adequate room for maintenance where we are? Because we're dealing with the shed and a hotel and a fence and all kinds of other things on the south side of the creek.
Easier to just deal with city property.
And so, yeah, Steve, in looking at it, brought that up as something we should talk about. Would there be anything that would prohibit us from taking a look at that?
No.
so you'd have to put a pipe under the creek then?
Correct. Yeah, there's currently one there now. It's a force main, but
Oh,
this might become a gravity line into a structure. You know, then we pump it down there.
you would bore that underneath the creek, or how do you get it under there?
I'll probably have to cut that because it's gonna be a gravity line, so we probably have to open cut that.
Yeah, usually when you do directional drilling, they won't guarantee anything less than 2%. Sometimes you can get down to 1%, but it's not real easy. It's too hard to control that rig head.
Is that something we need to approve formally? Or is
No,
that-
I just think general discussion, anything that would come up with prohibit us from looking at it, so. We're in
No, I would
good
say.
to go.
We currently have an easement with the owners of the Drake Motel for the lift station that's in location right now, so.
And that lift station basically, it's a glorified manhole right now.
Right.
And it's gonna just become a manhole.
Yeah.
When
So the
we put
easement would
lift
still
station-
remain.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lift, or the easement can remain, the lift station will go on the north side, to provide us much easier access with equipment and everything else. It's honestly probably a far better idea.
Yeah, depending on what we do, because the manhole that force main connects into is only 3.5 feet in the ground. So we're looking at the whole system all the way out to the street to make sure that we try to avoid. I can't believe there haven't been issues with that thing, but. Yeah, we-
Stop talking.
You guys get to hear it from people other than me too.
Yeah. Wow, I don't want to drink anything else.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
No, it's, thank you for realizing it's probably a better idea. Anything else for Mike? Last chance.
I got nothing.
All right.
I'm not gonna spring anything on you later.
Then,
And the other thing that we're looking at too is we do have a proposal into the SWCD for doing a preliminary layout for the stormwater pond that they had talked about in the park. And so we haven't heard back on that yet, but it would be nice to tie this all together.
coordinate it.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be.
Yep.
Shonda,
Yes,
the pond.
yes. I don't really have, much. It's spring, you know, one day you need 4 people and the next day one person can do it themselves. So it's been a very challenging week. We've had some things happening in town that have affected how many people came to eat. Yeah, we're just kind of looking forward to things evening out, opening fishing behind us, get us, in the summer mindset, I guess.
Warmer weather.
Warmer weather, yep. Yep, but I mean, I've been doing this for a couple springs and, there was times where it was snowing and people were dodging ice chunks on the lakes, trying to fish for walleyes. So, I mean, you know, it's not that bad. I keep telling myself, but anyway, yeah, and we just been, yeah, just getting some things ironed out. Breakfast has been pretty quiet. We feel like we can handle, you know, we've got it down. We're still doing some adjustments on the menu. But we're gonna try like a full advertising, try to get some people to remember. A lot of them are like, oh, I forgot you guys did that. I forgot you guys were doing that. So it just takes a while to educate and to have people, you know.
And I think that when the people start coming north, you'll see more of it throughout the summer. It'll really pick up. I'm
Right,
sure.
right. And my hope is that they'll get out bright and early and fish and then be like, oh, I would like to come in and have some coffee and breakfast. And maybe they'll have a Bloody Mary or something.
Yeah, maybe that too.
I did, kind of take a walk around and our, I know you guys don't want any more bad news, but our parking lot is in really, really tough shape. The garbage truck tries to put 2 ruts right down the center of it. And then with the frost coming out, it's, yeah,
Can't say I haven't noticed, so.
Mhm.
can't say you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I can't say I haven't noticed.
Well,
noticed.
I mean, I guess I got people coming in, you should see your parking lot, and I'm like,
Yeah, we see it.
Really?
Yeah.
yes, I see it. I see it.
We're aware.
Yeah. And another thing that we're gonna have to be thinking about is the south side of the building. There is like a siding that's on the very
Mhm.
south side. That, the last time we had it painted, the painting crew said, you guys are gonna have to do something with that. So what it's doing is it's peeling, and coming apart. It looks like that, board, that looks like board and bat, but is not. I don't know what it's called.
Starting to peel up.
Yeah, and well, it's, yeah,
Starting
it's
to separate.
separating, it's separating on the
Mhm.
building. So soon, little pieces of it are going to be curling down. And I just wanted to let you guys know that, yeah, I mean,
So who did it last time?
before my time.
Good.
The painting.
The painting was, the
The
painting was
painting
in,
is, yeah,
in the,
it was in the
remodel.
it was in the
Okay,
remodel.
that was-
21,
all right.
Yeah, and prior to that, we had the full building stained
And sealed, yeah.
like every 4 years, I wanna say.
right.
But
But-
we're at that point now.
But yeah, and I'm just saying that side of it, the paint guy wanted me to be like, he's like, really, you guys are gonna have to really look at that. Or you're gonna have some, I mean, if it's rotting off, then
Do we have an estimate?
we don't have any
Mhm.
estimates. I just wanted to let you guys know. If that's something that you want me to pursue, that we're looking at, like, hey, let's get some of this stuff fixed this summer, or we're deferring it.
Before you have bigger problems.
I would-
Right.
I would work on gaining quotes for the parking
Yeah.
lot and the wall,
Yeah.
and the wall too. Yep,
See what we can. I mean, we don't know what we can do until we know how much we need to do.
Right, I just,
the problem, I mean, I'd like to have both of them done in my neck of the woods, but the building itself, I think, is a little bit more higher end, just
what's our
because
priority, yeah.
it is a priority, because we don't wanna get into the same issue we had when we did the remodel, and the chinking and everything needed to get like hollowed out and then refilled in. That was really labor consuming.
Yep.
So
Right,
we don't want that to start
We
happening
had to
again.
change, well, and I mean, it got to be the point where with both end walls had to be completely replaced,
Correct.
I remember that.
so, yeah.
Well, in your parking lot, if you have frost issues, since you have AET coming to town, do you wanna have them revise that and punch a couple of holes in your parking lot?
There were borings done on that north side when the building was done though.
Yeah.
Or there?
The new-
I don't
yeah.
know if it was that far out into the parking lot.
when the
Yeah,
addition
and
was
that,
done.
well, the north side of the
Yes.
building, whoever did it, okay, I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna-
we're
Yeah.
not gonna get into that.
Well,
side.
let's-
Yeah, cause that's settling too.
It
Yeah.
moves 4 feet, no, not 4 feet, but it moves
Yeah.
a foot and a half, so whatever material is underneath that cement in that
Mm-hmm,
area is not.
no.
There was a big frost boil there, you remember that?
Yep, I do.
Yep.
We sunk, how many beer trucks in there?
That's it, I mean, we pull out of there, and yeah, there was
Yeah,
that
I
big
got
frost
those.
boil, it got somewhat dug out. And a bunch of gravel put in, but it wasn't enough, it should have been bigger and deeper.
Right,
Yeah.
we shouldn't have been built on a swamp.
And back to that, yep, that we all fight with.
Well,
Yeah,
that-
well, the 70s aren't now, so
Moving
we're
forward.
moving
No, but
on.
I just wanna kind of like, just let you guys know that like, if somebody comes to you and says, what is Shonda's problem? Why isn't she fixing the parking lot? Because it's
No,
not
it
cheap.
becomes, why doesn't the city do something?
Yes,
Those,
So that's all of us, so we'll start by getting the numbers and
See what we
Go from there.
can, see what we can chunk off.
those borings were only done out to the corner of what is now the building.
The new addition.
Yeah. there
Well,
was-
that's why.
it didn't go out far.
Yeah, you might be money ahead to have us talk to them and get a couple out in that parking
Well,
lot.
if he says $28 a foot for additional borings, I mean, if you do 2 10-footers, I mean, you're talking $560.
Oh.
Be worth it.
Yeah, at least we know what's there.
We'll check and see if that,
Yeah, I'll confirm that.
because that might just be at the current locations going down, so we'll verify.
Especially if
that.
you just mobilize into a different location, it could be more.
Yeah, right, we'll find out.
Yeah, it's good to know what's there, because if you're talking about re-asphalting, if you put new asphalt on unstable, it's gonna be right back where you
Well,
were.
you're not fixing the core problem.
And
I
asphalt,
mean, it's been there for, Bob Klug was here, so.
asphalt is not cheap, so if we do it, we wanna get the.
I know exactly how much it was the last time we did it,
How much was it?
$41,750.
That's double that, and you have what it is today.
Yeah.
Well, I know,
You
that's
say, put it at about 100K, you might be
Yeah.
knocking on the door.
right, well, I'm just trying to explain, that's how long ago it was.
2017.
Was it 17?
Mhm.
And was that doing any class 5 or was that just?
That was just resurfacing.
That was resurfacing.
Yeah.
And then what is there now on the north side was after the addition was done.
And
Yes.
the more you dig out and prepare, the more expensive it is.
Yes, I
There's
understand
different
that.
prices, like just resurfacing and then doing the proper. prep,
Yeah,
digging,
All right, well,
Filling.
And it doesn't help that that's the north side of the lot itself, so when it wasn't asphalt and cement for that new addition, it was always soft in the spring. It
right,
was horrible, plus that hydrant was there on that end too.
right, and I'm open to discussing with Mike and we'll do it later, but a different idea for that garbage truck.
Well, and, depending on power, because you approved the 8,500, is there a dollar amount range that you'd be acceptable to do? Because we don't want this to hold up the sewer project.
No,
So we would have this separate. Because, and the other thing is once the approval of the agreement is sent to them, they said they'd be to town in 2 to 3 weeks. So there might not be time between now and the next council meeting to catch them while they're here. So is the council
you
comfortable?
say
with
like
the
not to
range?
exceed 2,500,
Yeah,
is that
something like that.
reasonable?
And that, would we need to make the total more than 10,000 then?
Maybe 10 or 10.5, something like that.
Maybe,
Mhm.
yeah.
You can do an additional motion,
yeah,
just to add additional services from the vendor, not to exceed X amount.
Yeah.
Not have to revise your existing motion.
Yeah.
That you've
Because it
already
technically
approved.
be 2 separate projects anyway,
That is correct.
because you can't use your sewer funds for that.
That is correct.
do you wanna make that motion or not?
You could try.
Yes, so it would be 2,000 more, I guess we're talking.
2,500.
25, 10,500. We approved 8,500 and they're talking 10,005, so that's
11, yeah.
11, okay. So it'd be another 2,500 essentially.
Well,
Not to exceed that.
yeah, we'd find out what the value would
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
hopefully less than that.
It should be less.
I move we approve an additional amount to American Engineering Testing for additional borings at the Pond Liquor Store site, not to exceed $2,500.
A second.
A motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on this? And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. Do we have anything else, Shonda?
I'll tie it for you.
I don't think we have anything. No, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
know yeah. Yeah, it's going okay. We have a hopeful summer, hopeful for summer.
We all are. Anything else for Shonda? Anyone? No? Then I guess you're off the hook. Library.
I don't have a whole lot. I have two quotes, one from DL Seamless and one from ABC Seamless for new gutters on the facility. A couple different schools of thought too. DL Seamless is proposing to reduce down to 3 gutters, one on the east side of the building where he would take and directional it to a wider 3x4 downspout on the east side, knowing that we're gonna be pouring a patio back there. The other difference is that I spoke to both vendors and said we needed some type of covers to the gutters to eliminate any growth of debris getting into the gutters, because on the north side of the building, the trees and stuff that are on that corner are starting to show debris and foliage in there. I believe ABC Seamless only quoted gutter covers on the north side, whereas DL Seamless said that doesn't make any sense. You should do all the way around. So I allowed them to put that in the proposal. I also believe that both vendors do 2 different types of material too, if I'm not mistaken. I think one is steel and one is not.
Yes, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they would color type to what is already there. I explained to them both that we wanted to have a sidewalk on the south side of the building. Both of them encouraged the city build in some type of drainage underneath, either an opened grate on the sidewalk to allow drainage to get out of that the southwest corner of the building when we work on the patio. So basically, those are the 2 proposals, different prices, couple different schools of thought. I like the DL Seamless concept, but that's up to the council.
Yeah, I noticed the material difference too. I was a little surprised by Seamless. I mean, pardon me, the steel, most Seamless I've ever seen is aluminum, which is corrosion free. Steel, I mean, I guess it's tainted when they install it, but it seems like that
It's kind of
would rust. Yeah, I don't. Is steel cheaper than aluminum? I don't understand why they'd be using it, so. It's not stainless steel, I'm sure, because that was
Was
a
it
cost.
durability thing?
What's that?
Durability?
Steel is more durable?
Yeah,
It's definitely gonna be thicker and heavier.
yeah, I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's the.
Yeah, myself.
I don't honestly know what kind is on there right now.
You know, I mean, they're the lowest bid, so we have to think of reasons to go with the higher one.
Lowest bid and all. They're all covered.
And everything's covered up, yeah. So no.
And did either of these folks give us like when they would be doing it, like this year or next year?
Yeah, they would be able to fit us in this summer. Yeah. I also gave you guys the budget, kind of worked into like an increased estimate of like $6,000, still well within our budget, for the building. And the project.
Nick, you wanna make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the gutter quote from DL Seamless, not to exceed 6,000, is that what we're doing?
Sounds good to me. It's a good motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Just to report on the project, the book return that you approved at the beginning in the April meeting is supposed to be delivered on the 14th. That is also the estimated date for the shelving, but I haven't heard much solid on that. The other problem is that it's a very busy day. It's gonna be a big manpower day because we also have our citywide cleanup that morning too. So I will be reaching out for some manpower if the shelving gets delivered that day.
Although I said I'd volunteer for that last month or.
Yes, and I appreciate that, Nick. So when it gets a little bit closer, I will be hollering at people. Otherwise, I provided in the consent agenda the report from the Department of Education's site visit. They all said it would look really good. I'm entertaining the possibility of re-siding the building after walking with the vendors that were gonna do the gutters. I noticed there's some siding that's kind of ripped apart, hit from weed whackers and that. If that is something that we can work into the budget, I think it would be a really good idea.
We gotta make sure it matches the gutters now.
I know I'm kind of doing cart before the horse thing, but it was an afterthought, so. But the reason it came up was, it came up during the site visit with Department of Education too. They also said that that could be fit into their grant. So
One chance to fix that.
I know, and that's where I'm kind of at, Nick, where it's like, they're giving it to us, they're giving us, everything fits within the grant scheme, and I'd hate for that to get away from us. The only caveat is we have to have it done by the end of this year. So I'm a little worried about trying to push forward and seeing if I can really get that done. Trying to look for some feedback from the group.
I'd go for it.
Nick just said it, we got one shot at it.
Residing a building is not cheap, so if it could fit into the grant, as you said, fit within the grant, then we'd wanna do it.
And we
had a-
have the tax, and we'll have the tax dollars if it
Yeah.
doesn't.
If we had to do it some other year, and we don't have either, then that would be a problem,
I know,
big problem, so.
and just thinking about all of the money that's coming in for it, to have it completed in one big project would be really great.
So we should get some quotes.
I will definitely get some quotes if I get you guys' backing.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
We switch from vinyl to.
Okay.
Weed whacker proof.
Better.
Well, it's not proof, but it's better than vinyl.
How about you match the pond siding?
No.
Do you have a vendor in mind? Okay, otherwise that's it on the library.
Yes, the metal siding does not like salt, so
Metal siding does not like salt.
no. So you might want to switch to a chicken grit or something, a cherry grit, whatever, around the door. It doesn't, it will rust it out.
What the, school trades building is made out of is also very nice too, isn't that pretty weather resistant?
Trades building,
Yeah.
same thing our shop is.
Okay.
And on to why Adam's sitting here.
So patient. Go ahead and, nothing more on it if you want to say anything else.
I don't have much. Just, let me get a new, bar in town, and I was hoping we could get some pull tabs in there. We need approval for the gambling license for the 7-1 bar.
So you're pronouncing that 7-1 SBN?
That's what
Mhm.
I'm pronouncing it, yes. It's not my bar, so maybe I'm doing it.
I think it's supposed to be a spin on the 71.
Yeah, that's what I was
On-
saying
on-
too, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's only gonna help the relief, so that would move to approve resolution 2026-11, approving gambling license.
1 second.
7-1.
I have an issue.
Oh,
So I was looking at this earlier this afternoon. And I think there's a mistake on the application. I don't think I'm interpreting it wrong.
Yeah, there is a
There's-
couple, I pushed a couple through the door, I mean. We obviously, I selected yes to owning the building, which we do not own the building.
Yeah.
So I have mine here, but,
That's been revised then?
yeah, I have a revised copy here.
Because the applicant, the organization is Blackduck Fire Relief Association.
Yeah, correct, yeah, I misread that
They
question the
signed
first time through.
But if we answer no, which is correct, then we have to have that additional form.
Yep, that's filled out by them,
Okay,
the LG 215
By
is filled
the-
out by the owner of the premises,
okay,
so that, that is there.
yeah.
So this is just pull tabs then, not,
They'll be doing E-tab.
they're gonna do E? too?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you're saying it's been revised with the
Yeah.
no, and then I would be in,
Okay,
I'll vote
perfect.
for it, but I thought that was a
Yeah, sorry about that.
red flag issue.
That being said, Max, what we could do this evening after the resolution is signed is sign the second page that Adam provided that only has the signature page, not
Yeah, and that's
To-
what I
and to
figured would happen,
include-
so.
Okay,
the corrected version of the first page, and that would be fine.
we'll do it that way.
Okay.
All right, we still have a motion and a second. Any further? All those in favor?
I,
Aye, opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you, Adam.
You guys.
the second item I need approval is that, arbitrage consulting services from Ellers that I shared with you at the work session. I did ask my contact to, make the costs a little bit more explainable. It is, $2,500 in totality.
In totality.
500 per loan is what it is.
Mhm.
So to
Not the-
clarify, it will not
Right.
exceed $2,500 in service fees
Not the 25 per.
per, correct. I explained to him that you thought it read a little vague and was worried it was gonna be like $15,000 when it was done.
Then we will need a motion to approve that.
And again, so we're saying the total fee is estimated at 2,500.
That is correct, Ron.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So I'll make a motion, we approve the arbitrage consulting services contract with Ellers for a budget of $2,500.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this? All those in favor?
right.
I
Aye, opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries.
just have a couple of dates then. As I stated earlier, May 14th is the citywide cleanup event.
Have we had?
I have
people
5
register?
registrants now.
Okay.
All except one are repeats from previous years, so that's great. They've all been through it before. If it's relatively the same as last year, probably won't take as much manpower as we've done in like 24 and earlier years. But registration closes on the 8th. which is this Friday. May 18th will be our work session for this month. There's a planning meeting on the 20th. Kitschy meets on the 21st. 25th is Memorial Day, so our city office here will be closed that day in observation of that. And then June 8th is the next council meeting. As a reminder, June 8th will also be the presentation for the 2025 financial audit. So CLA will be here. I am not scheduling a work session in June because I won't be gone. And I'm requesting the council not have a meeting and work session in June in my absence. Have any objections to that? That's all I have.
Is that acceptable?
One of my plans was to not be available for that date that was currently on the calendar. So
For June?
for June, you know.
For a work session,
Right,
so
Would
actually
be
that
work
works
session.
even
So
better.
you don't wanna go either.
right.
Oh, okay.
I would, I guess, be available for this
Mandatory,
Absolutely
if we made it a mandatory meeting.
But I was going to ask to be excused, so
Oh, okay.
that would work good.
Worked out perfect.
Yeah. Anybody else wanna get something in on that date?
I'm writing it down. Can fill it up.
I don't see a problem with it, Christina. We can schedule one for June.
Fabulous. Then, just moving forward, the next meeting into July will be like, I think it's the first Monday, right after the 4th of July. I think it's the 6th or the 7th. So will be our council meeting.
Gonna be full.
The 6th, yeah.
Is it the 6th, Ron?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Everybody got the Chamber of Commerce Golf Scramble. Thank you, Christina,
You're welcome.
for putting that in.
And I just wanted to add to the good things happening or the events happening on top of Memorial Day being closed. I want to remind everyone, we have the best Memorial Day program in our town and certainly in Beltrami County and the surrounding counties as well. So I believe it's at 10 a.m., although we don't have the local newspaper anymore, so I'm not sure it'll be publicized, but I would encourage everyone to attend.
Should be 10 o'clock.
And 10 o'clock, and we go out to the cemetery. And the reason I'm on this city council is I went to the cemetery in May, Memorial Day of 2022, and Max was there. And he said, he got me in, my story is he got me in a headlock up against the tombstone and said, we have an opening on the city council, come next Monday. And so I followed instructions. He wouldn't take no for an answer, so I came the following Monday and I was like on the city council 1 week later, so. Don't go out to the cemetery if Max is there unless you're ready to say yes.
All right, with that,
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
a motion in the second, all in favor. Aye. Motion carries. Stand adjourned. Thank you.
You go like.
I'll be up there.
Did you ever hear how I got started here?
No. You broke your buttons.